Today on the Bombay Blueprint, joined by Brinda Miller, a celebrated artist, a cultural catalyst, and the creative force behind some of Mumbai's most iconic public art. From murals at Kala Ghoda to curating art at Mumbai's airports, Brinda's work brings the city's culture and stories to life. As chairperson at the Kala Ghoda Association, she's helped transform a neighborhood into India's most beloved art district. Let's dive into her journey where art meets activism and canvas meets cityscapes. Hi, I'm 𝗬𝗵𝗲, a social entrepreneur and the force behind the page 𝗵𝗵𝗃, where I've had the privilege of connecting people, stories, causes to the neighborhood that we call home. Hi, Brinda.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Really a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you so much.
So, like we said here, let's just dive into your journey at Kala Ghoda from when we started in, was it in 1999?
That's right. We started in 1999
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't there then, but I kind of just watched the festival from a distance and I said, wow, this is such a great thing to have happened to Mumbai. And let's see how far this goes. It's been 25 years now, so that's a long time. And the next edition will be the 26th year. And I began as a volunteer. I always say this and people laugh at me because I'm still a volunteer. And we've come really a long way. And I just feel that it has been an incredible journey, tough, but incredible.
Okay, that's wonderful. And how different do you see it from when it started or when you got involved to where it has reached today?
So when we started out, I know that everyone thought that it'll never get so large and so big. And it was all about, of course, the funding. And we started small. It was just a little thing on the pavements of the Kala Ghoda area, Rampart Row. And we just thought, okay, we'll just do this to create a little awareness about the heritage buildings in the area. And maybe we'll collect some money, we'll do a little bit of restoration work. It has not only become that way we have succeeded in doing the restoration work with the help of some of the corporates. But we have created this festival, which is someone said that it's the tail that wags the dog. It was not the main thing. The festival was not the main thing, but it has become the main thing. And we try very hard to tell people that the reason why we started this was so that people would, make an effort to kind of put in their money or to come and look at all the beautiful buildings in the area. And, it's a Victorian ensemble and it's just very beautiful. And people have started noticing it, as you had mentioned that, Art Deco is something that people have started mentioning. So we like to think even that is part of the, the Oval Maidan and all of that. So there's a lot of awareness now of what is heritage, what is beautiful, what is it that we need to preserve. Yes, it's a long way to go as yet, and we haven't really made, so many strides, but at the same time, I think it's the most successful thing that the city has done. I have a great team who have kind of made this festival, which is the main thing actually that has drawn an awareness because people have started looking around. They've started visiting the venues, something like a David Sassoon Library or the synagogue and Elphinstone College. There's so many beautiful places. Of course, the museum. That's another very beautiful building, which is very ably managed also. So it's a combination of good energy and a lot of things that have come together.
That's wonderful. That's really a lot of work and a lot of effort. And I think it must be taking up quite a bit of a chunk of your life, just trying to make it better every year for people.
You're right. Actually, it used to take just a few months, but now it started taking most of my year. Mm-hmm. And I am primarily a fine artist.
Yes.
And sometimes I think that's the reason why I do the festival, because of the creativity. I call it creative management. at the same time, it's not that I don't enjoy it, I do. So even though it does take so much of my time, I think I've reached that stage in life where I do what I want to do.
That's perfect. It's perfect. That's perfect. And you mentioned that you get, because of the awareness that you've built, you have corporate funding as well for a lot of the restructuring or preservation of a lot of these structures that we have there. And do they also fund a lot of the events that take place during the festival? And do you get their support throughout the year, as you will?
So I wouldn't say that some of these corporates support us throughout the year, but yes, there are some who do. And there are some who have realized, what a wonderful thing it is. It took a long time, and it's sometimes we've had to go and, really literally beg for funds. And that's a very tough part of the festival. I never had to do that before. We used to have a media sponsor before. But that has changed, and after COVID mainly, where we've had to go and find our own sponsorship. Of course, we went through a little patch where people said, oh, the economy is so bad, and now, after COVID, and I think it was something that I think we've all gotten over now, I hope. And yes, that it's still a lot of hard work where we have to find new sponsors. I mean, I'm sure that these are not going to be there forever. And also we have to find new people to come and help us run this festival. It's a very big task. It's a very small team. We have a great event management team. And that's the reason why we're able to, I think so many years of consistency, so much experience behind an event that this big. I think one needs younger people now.
Of course. And do you get any government support for this? Are those the biggest hurdles that you have to get over?
So it used to be a very big hurdle to get support from the government. In fact, they used to keep saying, what is this festival? And, we have to put our people there. The cops used to say that. And, we have to do this, we have to do that. And it's such a headache, and it's a security hazard and all of that. But I think we've reached that stage now where they are proud that, the Kala Ghoda Arts Festival is happening in Mumbai. And the government has started supporting us. And the best part now is that permissions used to be the most difficult part, but now it's become one of the easier parts of the festival, about parts to, whatever we say, they are very, very attentive, and they kind of help us also, financially also a little bit. But we don't depend on it. At the same time, we're happy that they even support us with help and permissions.
Okay, that's wonderful. And would you say that you have paved the way for other districts in the country to, preserve what they have and turn their places into art districts like you have?
I definitely think we are the pioneers of such a thing. I don't know if all the other festivals, that is their main aim. I don't think so. Okay. But that's all right. At least, the arts, the culture of, say, literature. There's so many literature festivals. There is the Serendipity Festival. Then there's the Jaipur Lit Fest, of course, which is also a very old festival and very established. And I think even if they do support those kind of things, I think it's a wonderful thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah. But it certainly seems like you are the pioneer who started this, and definitely.
Also, I would say that Kala Ghoda Arts Festival is unique in the sense that it has every section of art. We kind of encourage. We have 15 verticals, be they visual arts, be they architecture, urban design, or literature, cinema, all of that. We cover every possible thing. I don't think there's any other festival like it.
Okay, that's wonderful. You've also curated the art at Mumbai Airport, which is the topic of discussion with most travelers that come into Bombay or leave Bombay. I just want to know, how did you pick the installations that you did and the stories that you did and what inspired you to do the beautiful work. It's truly, truly inspirational what you've created at the airport.
So I'll tell you, it was the present airport, which is the 𝗕𝗵𝗃 𝗕𝗵𝗃 in Mumbai, is curated by Rajiv Sethi, but my husband is the one who executed that. He's an architect. We curated the original art there, and that's how we are known to be curating the art at the airports. And also, I almost did do the international airport, the new one, the Navi Mumbai one, but I decided not to. Also, it's kind of extremely grueling and time consuming, and it's a lot of work and already have so much going on. But yes, I'd like to think that we were the first ones to do that. And it's kind of become a trend.
It has.
And the airports have become like museums, you know, all over India now.
Yeah. And it kind of opens a window to the culture of the city for travelers coming in to see, you know, this is our culture. And I wish somewhere this would become policy, like government policy, that including art, culture, history is part of what we study, and that would help children preserve it. Would you ever be interested in changing policies?
I really do look forward to that, because I think changing policy and including things like heritage, culture, we don't have any such course, definitely not in Mumbai University. I believe there's something in Ahmedabad, there is. But honestly, I think children, the new generation really needs to be exposed to all of these things. I don't think they have any exposure whatsoever.
No. In the world becoming as digitized as it has, children today don't see beyond their phones or their laptops.
Absolutely right. They should go out and they should visit the museums. They should even go and see, you know, art and design wherever they can. And especially if they have the means to travel, that's the other way to do it. I think it's very important to expose oneself to all of these things.
And how does one get into exhibiting at Kala Ghoda as a new artist? What advice would you give them?
So often we have, you know, a sort of system. It's a format where they apply, we put it out on social media.
Okay.
And we ask whether it is dance, music. Quite often we get approached now. We've reached that stage where people approach us. Earlier we had to, you know, beg people to perform and to, but I think now it looks good on one CV, and quite often,
of course,
artists, young artists, unknown artists, sometimes they're not even, they don't have an education in art, but they come forward and they apply, they send us drawings, they send us, it's a normal application where they, you know, kind of get interviewed, and we have about 100 such installations, art installations on the street for those 9 days. And I think what began again as something where we had to beg people to kind of take part, now it's become the opposite, but also the funding is a big issue. So we are very, very clear about that we are not able to fund. But a lot of them do get sponsorship for that reason. Okay. And they manage to exhibit their work. It's the only place where they can.
Yeah. And do you personally have a way of picking an artist? What is it that catches your eye?
I look into everything, actually. I do. As a visual artist myself, I look into a lot of the visual arts, and of course, sometimes they are not, you know, of a good standard also, and we reject them, which becomes extremely difficult because they've already made the, you know, maquette, and then they presented it to us, and it all looks so good, and then once it comes there, it's not so great, and then we have to tell them no. So again, I have a small team that helps, and a lot of them are students. We have a lot of art student volunteers who manage everything so well.
And have you ever mentored an artist because you saw potential in them? Would you ever consider mentoring someone?
I have mentored many artists, actually, from Kala Ghoda, and I've met them there. I've met them before that. I've met them after. And it's something that I enjoy because I really enjoy working with young people, and we kind of make it into a fun thing for them also, because I know each generation is different.
Yeah.
And I think I'm the one who has to move with the times. So.
Don't we all? We all do. And you work with your husband, is that correct, in the architectural firm?
I don't really work with him, but with my husband, but I do help him in terms of, I kind of give him some advice when he asks for it. He's my biggest critic, I'm his biggest critic. So we do have that kind of thing. Also, I do help him. Earlier, I used to help him a lot more, but now both my daughters are architects, so they've kind of taken over, you could say.
Okay, that's wonderful.
I've taken a few steps back.
Yeah. I mean, your work involves a lot of urbanscapes and architectural, influences. So I assume that you're very involved in the
yes, in fact, I think I would have liked to be an architect by profession myself, but I don't think I was very good with the science part of it. But I met my husband, who's an architect, so he in fact teases me and says, "You're an architect and a half." So
yeah, it's nice to see that support coming from your spouse. It means a lot. Yeah, I know that feeling. Okay, so Brinda, if you were to go back to the beginning of the Kala Ghoda festival, and your younger self was to hold your hand and walk you through the festival at that time, what would shock you or surprise you the most, and what advice would you give yourself, of the person who was in, the beginning of this festival?
So when I first went to the festival, it was a small little thing on the sidewalks, and I just thought that maybe next year we can do better and bigger, and we can make it a little bigger if I do help them. And it did become a little bigger very quickly over the next 5 years, I would say. But at the same time, I felt that it was not kind of managed, because it required a sort of event management team. And then we got in this event management team, and there were different people also who were heading the festival, who brought in very, very good things to the festival, I would say. And the bar was raised every year. Now, when I look back, and I think when I walk through the festival, like especially this last year, it was the 25th year, so we tried to, it's always, we get asked this question, what are you going to make, better this year, or what is going to be different this year? Because 25 years is a very special year. And initially I thought, oh my God, how can I make it bigger and better? It's already so good. But it does happen every year, and I'm shocked to see how large the festival.
How big is it now?
How big is it now? How popular is it?
Right.
That's the main thing.
Right.
It's become so popular. People stop me on the road and on the street and say, thank you for doing this, for us. And that's what makes me keep going. Actually, that's what makes me want to keep doing this festival. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, really, I have no reason to do it. I just love Mumbai. So that's the other reason, of course. And I feel it's something the city really needs. And I think everyone agrees with that. Of course, we do get a lot of criticism that it's become so huge, there's no place, why don't you have it elsewhere? Well, it's easy for people to say it, but honestly,
Would you have another one opening? Would you have another one start somewhere else in Bombay?
I would, if I had somebody who wanted to start it and do it and take it over.
Any specific area?
It takes a lot of energy. Area.
District
I think
area.
It should be in an area which is very dull or quiet. Yeah.
Do you have anything in mind in the city? Have you thought of
I did want to do it. I did want to extend the Kala Ghoda festival at 𝗏𝗏, but it just seemed extremely tough because again there was a problem with the port authority and the permissions and all of that. So I just dropped the idea. But I'm saying, why not a place like BKC, for example? It's such a quiet, dull place. Of course, it has a a beautiful, auditorium and all of that there. But it needs to come out on the street. I feel it's not exactly a very lively place.
Yeah, I think by evening there's really nothing happening there.
And it's not about heritage, it's just about,
arts.
activating the place, the arts.
Yeah, actually, that's wonderful. Yeah, it would work probably.
Yeah, it could.
May divide the crowd also.
And it already has a patron, so
yeah, that's true.
That side of the city.
Yeah.
So,
and do you have a radius that you've covered now, like square kilometer wise, in Kala Ghoda that involves the Kala Ghoda festival? Because I've read that it used to be constrained in a smaller area, and now it's more and more venues have been added.
Yes, in fact, it used to be just on that street. It was a very tiny little festival, and now, of course, we've extended it right up to 𝗕𝗵𝗲 for the last many years. And then we have on this side, we have even 𝗕𝗵𝗃 sometimes participating, or we have the 𝗧𝗵𝗃, which is the 𝗕𝗵𝗃 𝗕𝗹𝘂𝗺𝗆 Center, which is also a lovely auditorium. And this then we have the 𝗂𝗺𝗃 Garden.
Okay.
So we also have a lot of outdoor spaces, which is something that no one else uses the way we use them.
Okay.
And I think we get special permission for all these things. 𝗕𝗵𝗃 especially, you won't see anyone else using that space. So
that's wonderful. That's great. It's because of all the great work you've done. It just shows, you know, how many people trust.
We also have a very large concert on the steps of the Asiatic Library. Again, that has created an awareness of the library because the building is so beautiful and it's such a landmark in Mumbai. So I think the backdrop of all these beautiful buildings is what has created. Of course, so many shops have opened in the area. So many restaurants have opened in the area.
True.
So it's become quite a hub.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have great success with not only this, but also with newer places that you've envisioned could also involve the arts and to showcase the culture of our city to not only to the people of the city, but to the rest of the world as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. It was our pleasure, totally.